March 4th, 2019, Monday. I don't remember the last time I recorded one of these. I'm gonna check. Let's check to see the last time I recorded one of these. Apparently the last time was the beginning of January. It was after the first step of a week at new job. So still better than was at Market America. Went through a couple of different things. Right now I'm dealing with my cat wouldn't get in trouble. Olive, stop it. How script is it all? So job went through several things of needing to learn new job, needing to learn new stuff. Went through a lot of not wanting to hurry up and wait anymore. Went through quite a few times of not liking, in my own view at least, how slowly I was picking up stuff. It was probably just fine, because it is still pretty much new language that I'm having to work in and new tools and all that. So, maybe they don't expect me to be fully adding and contributing anything without much issue until maybe the end of this month. Who knows? But I like to move quick on that if I can. Anywho. So there was those bits of frustration and such, and it's also been just, for one reason or another, just going back to whether test automation is what I want to do or not. It's not. It probably does just boil back down to the central point of I want employment that I actually enjoy. I don't want to do employment that it's a game of how much do I actually have to do? How much is enough? How much is going to suffice? Do I need to back off? Can I ease off on it a little bit? I essentially don't want to just be almost playing a chess game with how much work I'm getting done. I don't feel like I'm at that with this job necessarily. I had those moments where I was fine not doing more because of whatever reason you'd want to state. I do feel like at a certain point, though, I'm going to try to find a certain path that I can take, or some variation on a path where I don't have to do too much. I can do enough, do a little more just to look good, and then ease off. Try to maybe milk things a little bit. Have something take a little bit longer than it actually should. Because I don't actually care. I care, of course, because I should, and it's my job, and it's what my extra pay should dictate. And it might even be more of a pay bump if I do get converted from contractor to full-time, or whatever status it is. essentially come end of June, if I've done a really good job, Qualitas has the option to say, yeah, we'd like for him to be on board. And it would be full-time position at that point, I do believe. And all of its nice benefits and all that. And a nice thing of knowing I could take time off in July if I really wanted to. Same with the beginning of August. No more freaking conventions to worry about. But this all boils back down to, as I've said, what I want to do. Nick, I think you've probably said a couple of times stuff you'd want to do, and you've also said you were going to try to do it. Yeah. But I really do have to say that old job did drain me to the point where I really didn't want to try. This new job doesn't feel like it's going to do it, so for that same reason that I feel like I can get away with not doing as much, it can give me time to mentally rest a little bit from time to time, so I never got it last job. And maybe I can actually come home and get stuff done, and if Chris keeps coming over and in his own way of thanking me helps me to continue organizing, cleaning up everything, which, again, Chris, thank you for coming over and doing that. Thank you for coming over more often in the future to do that. It's something that he offered to do. I didn't say, hey, you know, I've been helping you for a while. No, it was, he brought it to my apartment as messy. He didn't want to offend me, but he would offer to come by and help clean up. I'm like, oh, no, trust me, I know this apartment's a mess. It is. I got a stack of receipts here I need to deal with. I got plenty of things I still have never shredded. I got that disaster over there, which is not much of a disaster because Chris helped me. And that over there is definitely less of a disaster because, again, Chris helped me. And everything's probably cleaner than it's been in a while. Not as clean, but getting there at least. So I feel like I might actually be able to be getting to a point where I might actually be able to dedicate my time to a project. Because over the past year and change, I have dealt with stuff that had been bothering me for years and letting all sorts of devils and demons in my head when I really shouldn't have. I've been able to prove to myself that I can go get another job, and based upon how many job offers I saw when I was looking for a job, and I mean, I'm still getting. Clearly, I have, if nothing else, experienced something that is really important and really hot right now, which is testing. But clearly also a skill set and set of experience makes people think that I'm worthy of being considered. And it's great. Again, it's just probably something I kind of most definitely figured back in 2013, 2014 of I don't want to do test automation. Now the way that Scrum Agile works at person I'm contracted to test for with Scrum Agile is a thing of I should be getting my toe wet and my feet wet and a lot of different things. And I could probably start getting outside of just testing and maybe even doing some development here and there and other things. And I still don't know if I care enough about what I'm testing. I don't. It's financial stuff, which is cool, I guess, but maybe it's just what I've seen thus far, but there isn't anything that interesting. It's, oh, yeah, you take information and spit it out. The hardest part is remembering all the acronyms, the terms, and which one of the 7 databases are 3 tools I need to use. Which, that's not challenging, that's just annoying and tedious. So, probably not surprising. It probably would be surprising, just in general, even before, would be that this wouldn't be permanent. That I would do this for a while, then eventually I would leave. I just don't have a new thing to go to. I'm doing my best still to not get myself locked in a routine that I must follow. Doing my best to say that, yeah, there are certain times where I'm going to do certain things. I'm going to watch Raw, SmackDown, NXT, and other wrestling stuff, probably when they air, when they happen, barring some exception. I am probably going to be playing video games a lot with Byron most nights. But I am getting better about saying, hey, you know, I'm just sitting here weeknights not doing anything. Let me go take care of something. Let me go run the bit of recycling I might have to a recycle dumpster nearby. Let me go grocery shop in the middle of the week. Pretty sure I was already doing that as it was, but that was only when I absolutely needed to. But now it's like, I don't need to do it. But I don't need to play video games with Byron every night. I already don't, because I watch wrestling Monday and Tuesday nights, but I digress. I can carve out my own schedule, and this job, I'm not pushing the limits on it yet, but I have a feeling that in theory I could say, hey, you know, I'm going to work my hours and put in 9 hours on 2 different days so I can leave at 3 on a Friday if I can. I feel like I could probably just work the 38 hours, and if I just bill for 38 hours, that's fine. I get paid less, but I could deal, because the pay bump that I've gotten could more than deal with that. My budget's still dealing with too much income and not enough expenses to make even that amount something I'd be concerned with. Especially when I think about how much that would actually be. Still, I don't know. Noticeable is still not quite the right word for it, but I'm rambling, I'm sorry. My point being that I've been able to be a lot more comfortable with doing other things and with breaking whatever weird mental blocks and barriers I had. I just don't know what to do all the time with that. Deanna's had her recent thing of she thinks she knows what she would want to do. That could be a bit of a money-making venture, not as primary career. At least not until she gets to the big time, make lots of money. I believe in her, because her life's going well too. Anyway. Yeah, she found that money-making venture, possibly, that would probably start as supplement to income, at least. And I wish I had that myself. and I technically have components in place. I have the resources for it. I also probably have the time for it. I also know what to direct it towards. I do have a feeling that whatever it is, though, it's probably going to be me just doing a bit of a scattergun of just put a bit of work in this, put a bit of work in that, put a bit of work in the other thing, do 2 things for a while, then go to something else, just keep rotating. That way I never get bored. Yeah. So maybe on the Great Bizarre End channel at some point I'll start doing something consistently. I'm not going to start listing out what it is because I don't know what it is. It'll be something of a start, of course. There's a good chance it'll be about wrestling. I also would still love to be doing stuff with Deanna. I've spitballed a couple of ideas, at least in my own head, for what that might look like. What to take away from all this? I'm not unhappy with my job. I don't have any semblance of hating it, or even not liking it. I like it. I can do it. But that could just turn into not as angry version of my dad with his career. Because I have a career that I do actually like. I don't hate. I got a job I don't hate. I got people I do like working with again, thankfully. But again, I can do it. It pays me nice. But I need to have a really good, solid plan for how to get away from it. And I've turned like this the entire time. I'm not quite sure why. It's my video, I do what I want. So I guess keep an eye on the Great Bizarre End channel. I know there's going to be 2 videos I owe for it here soon. One's going to be opening the Slam Crate from January, February, which I never opened because of reasons. Then there's supposed to be another one coming soon, I think. I'm pretty sure. Yeah, kind of mid-February was the cutoff for the last one, and it should be coming soon, I think. Oh, I need to open the last one because it's Theme of High Flyers, which is cool. And I think the next one's going to be coming is Own the Room, so it's really charismatic people. Then the one they're currently advertising is for Mania, because WrestleMania is early April, so yeah, I guess keep an eye out for 2 Slam Crate openings soon, I guess. And then for whatever else I do. Yeah. Guess I'll stop this and upload it, and yeah. Thank you for listening to me ramble. Bye.